Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, to another IWF Live Event. Here we are in Houston, Texas, and as you can hear the announcer state, we have the Bow Monster Cobrail Bell in action, debuting here today at this IWF Live Event. Not much is known about Cobrail Bell, the Bow Monster, outside of him meaning business here today. Impressed a lot of the people at the IWF training facility, and you can see him led to the ring by Trent Schaefer, who's waiting patiently. Oddly enough, we don't understand that combination there.
5'8", weighing in at 210 pounds, from Houston, Texas, and Fedhead owner Marcus the Officer Perez.
And there he is, ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the ring. As announced, the IWF owner and general manager, Marcus the Officer Perez. There he is, getting the crowd into this match here. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of action in store for you today. At this live event, we will be having a mini tournament. And this is the opening bout with the Bow Monster taking on the Officer. There's the Officer getting into action there. Warming up, hitting the ropes for a couple times. And if you look off to your far right, you will see IWF legend Short Stack is special guest referee for tonight's competition. And there's the bell. Short Stack checking the Officer. And she goes to check Bow Monster, but he dismisses her. And there she signals for the start of the match. Both opponents circle each other into a collar and elbow tie-up. Looks like Bow Monster backing up the Officer into the corner, holding him, and for a stiff chop. Looks like going for another one. Short Stack counting him down, but Bow Monster goes right through with another stiff chop. Bow Monster goes up, avalanches the Officer into the corner. Grabbing the Officer, brings him to the center of the ring. Then backs him up back against the ropes. Whipping him to the opposite side. Shoulder block. Drops the Officer with authority. As we stated earlier, folks, the Bow Monster impressed a lot of the people at the IWF training facility. Stiff forearm. Very brutish is this Bow Monster. He was said to overpower a lot of the trainers at the school, whipping the Officer into the corner. Officer coming back with a kick to the midsection, followed by a punch to the chest, forearm to the chest. Then reverses, throws the Bow Monster into a knee to the midsection. And drops the Bow Monster to the canvas. Looks like the Bow Monster is picked up, chopped by the Officer. And another. We're whipping Bow Monster into the far side. Whoa! There's the count. Two, and only a 1 count. The Officer throwing out
Ask him.
a kick.
No.
Not a move that we see too much from out of the Officer.
Count him. Count him. What?
Flying roundhouse kick from the Officer. Incredible. Now the Officer picks up the Bow Monster, punch to the midsection. Then Bow Monster whips him again. And a drop kick to the knee. Bow Monster goes down, and you can see him holding that knee area. Off to the side, you see Trent Schaefer looking on, trying to encourage the Bow Monster back up, while Officer drops a knee across the chest, goes for the pin. 2. And you can see the officer telling Short Stack to count faster, and I would have to agree with him. That was a little bit of a slow count there. Oh, wait a minute. The Bow Monster with a low blow drops the officer. And it looks like Short Stack either didn't see it or she's going to let it go. Bow Monster picks up the officer. Whips him to the far side. Whoa, wait a minute. Belly to belly suplex on the Bow Monster. Wow. And you can hear the officer crying out in pain from the force of that belly to belly suplex from the Bow Monster. Bow Monster, wait a minute. Looks like he's going up top.
Get up!
What is he going for? Oh, what an elbow drop! All the way from the Bow Monster across the chest of the officer. This could be it. 1, 2, and a shoulder rub from the officer. Impressive offense there from the Bow Monster. Just incredible. The reports were definitely true about this Bow Monster, who takes advantage of his opponents through sheer brute force. An impressive belly to belly, and then just dropping all of his weight into an elbow across the chest of the officer. Indeed, an impressive move. Now you see officer goes for it. Looked like a throat chop and thrust there. Roundhouse kick and security from the officer. Wow! Incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, the officer is indeed upping his aerial game up. A little bit more agility from the officer. Dropping dual elbows across the chest of the Bow Monster, too. And a kick out for the Bow Monster. Ladies and gentlemen, your IWF superstars are definitely going places they've never been before. More agility from the officer, going away from his ground game. Face buster! Plants Bow Monster in the center of the ring. As I was saying, a little bit more agility here from the officer. And there you see officer going up top, waiting for the Bow Monster to get back up to his feet, and a double axe handle right between the eyes. As we said, officer getting a little bit more agile, coming back with a roundhouse kick and a forearm to the chest, rocking the Bow Monster. But like I said, the Bow Monster, I mean, can he counter that agility with this brute strength that we've been seeing and hearing from him? Officer whips Bow Monster into the corner, comes back, shoulder into the abdomen, followed by another one, and a third.
Come along with me.
Officer asking the crowd to cut along with him. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ramming the head into the top turnbuckle. Bow Monster seems a bit dazed. Wait a minute, look like he snapped out of it and caught the officer with a choke around the throat. Grabs him for another one.
Count with me.
Choke slam. Drops the officer dead center again. Not entirely sure that the Bow Monster was ready for this.
Get up,
And there you see the Bow Monster getting some support from Trent Schaefer. The Bow Monster looking extremely confident against the more seasoned officer. Oh, and a kick to the midsection there. Right into the ribs. Bow Monster grabbing the officer by the hair. Wait a minute, officer firing a shot to the midsection. There's another. Elbow to the midsection. Thrust, chop. Another move we haven't seen from the officer. Wait, oh! Monster just bulldozes right off of the officer with a stiff clothesline. The awesome strength of Cobra Bell being showcased here today for all of those in attendance. Stiff elbow to the head. The officer looks like he might have also caught his shoulder. I don't know if it was from that clothesline or from that elbow. Bo Monster choking the officer. Follows it up with another chop. Trent Schaefer seems to be very pleased with the Bo Monster's performance. What that alliance is, I still don't know. But Trent Schaefer is nevertheless there at ringside, and as you can see, he is happy, smile across his face. Bo Monster, I don't know, Bo Monster looked like he was going for a belly-to-back suplex there, but I don't know if he's tired, he dropped the officer, or just slipped completely out of his hands there. Either way, officer still looks worse for wear as the Bo Monster stalks him. Goes for a clothesline, officer ducks it, drop kick, does not phase the Bo Monster, but wait a second, one does! And Bo Monster looking to take a powder, steps outside the ring as Short Stack begins the count. Trent Schaefer coming over to the Bo Monster, giving him a few pointers, it looks like. Trying to allow him to catch his breath and motivate the Bo Monster to victory. What a victory it would be, too, if the Bo Monster could put away the officer in the first round of this tournament in his debut match. Officer propping himself up in the corner. Looks like he's trying to catch a breath. He doesn't look too good right now, folks, as the Bo Monster eyeballs him. But wait a minute, look, officer coming in towards him in a fighting stance, saying, let's do this. Collar and elbow tie up once again. The officer backing him up to the ropes. And another throat chop, which this one does phase Bo Monster. Cross body from the officer onto Bo Monster. There it is. 2. And the Bo Monster get a shoulder up. Officer bringing up his agility and air game. Flying cross body onto Bo Monster that took him down, almost put him away, but not quite. As the Bo Monster gets back up to his feet, officer has the advantage. Kick to the midsection. Plants him down with a bulldog off of the ropes and a rebound. Officer going up top, signaling to the crowd that it's over. What could he be going for? Frog splash!
Come on!
1, 2.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, I have never seen the officer bring this kind of offense. 2.
2.
We are seeing a new officer, a more versatile officer. I can only speculate as to what we'll see out of him here in the future of the IWF, folks. Goes to pick up the Bo Monster. Wrenching him with a headlock, and again, looked like Bo Monster was going for a reversal. Oh, went a stiff forearm to the back of the head. It looks like officer could be down as the camera pans over the crowd. A look of concern on their faces as the officer takes another shot to the midsection. One to the face and another to the midsection. Bo Monster having his way with the officer. Officer propped up against that rope. Kick to the midsection. Stunner! That is the Bo Monster's finisher. And wait a minute, you see the officer almost falling down there. Bo Monster follows it up with a second, and wait a minute, officer, oh, saved by the ropes. Spaghetti legs there. Bowmonster telling the crowd he's got one more. I don't know how the officer's gonna survive this one. He lucked out of the first two, which would definitely have put him away. There's Bowmonster nails him with a third, and the officer still does not go down. He's saved again a third time by the ropes. Bowmonster back up to his feet. Oh, and there's the super kick. Bowmonster crumbles. This could be it, folks. Officer hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3, and there it is.
Your winner, Marcus, the Officer Perez.
And there you hear the announcer giving the official announcement that the officer wins and goes on to the second round. Crowd applauding the victory of the officer as he goes up. Wait a minute! Oh, and Trent Schaefer from behind! What a dastardly attack! Oh, and there's a forearm! Just going to work. And wait a minute, the Bullbuster just threw short stack out! Forearm! So there's somebody get in there and stop this! Trent Schaefer has no business getting it. Oh, and there's a clothesline. Trent Schaefer, no business being in there. And now him and the Bowmonster are going to work on the officer. Whipping him to the ropes. Double elbow sends the officer back down. Wow.
Ooh, cheek check.
And you can hear the crowd not approving of this 2-on-1 assault after the match is over. Trent Schaefer still with a smile on his face. This is despicable. And who knows what else they're going to do to him. This match is over. Wait, they whipping him to the far side again. You can see short stack trying to get away. Officer ducks the clothesline. Clotheslines Trent Schaefer. Bowmonster missed it. Oh, what a sweet chin music super kick to the head right on the button of the Bowmonster. And he's out. Uh-oh, wait a minute. There's the fan saying he's calling for the long arm of the law. He definitely is. As Trent Schaefer is a sitting duck waiting for this devastating move. Oh, and he is laid out, walloped by that devastating finisher. As the officer now gets a chance to breathe and the music hits once again. Yes, you will see the officer coming back one more time to face the winner of the second match as he goes and gives a high five to all of the fans in attendance. What an impressive match here, folks.
And now for our next match.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you are in for a treat.
One of our IWF legends.
As you can hear, the announcer saying that
330 pounds.
an
6 foot tall.
IWF legend is making his way. And there he is, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, the return of the man known as A. For all of you new fans who are in the dark of the man known as A, which I'd never tell you to get out from another rock you've been under, A is one of the IWF legends dating back to the Muller Group years. And he has faced a who's who of IWF legends, from Marcus the Officer Perez to Night Train, who actually was his first feud in the IWF, Stockmeister, and Moneymaker Mike.
And now,
Yeah, we are happy to have him back.
Heavyweight champion.
But you have to wonder if he made the right decision with his opponent that's coming to the ring. It could very well be a short stint, folks, as he's facing
Ladies and gentlemen, the Behemoth!
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, he is facing the IWF Heavyweight Champion, Behemoth, in his return match. I don't know that I would have signed for that match so quickly if I were him. And there you hear Behemoth screaming Oblivion. That's got to be intimidating for a man who's been out of the game for close to, and I'm having to check the record books here. And yes, folks, the man known as A has been out of action for 7 years. And he makes his triumphant return tonight against one of the current breed of IWF wrestlers. And then you hear Behemoth.
Have I not proven myself with the rest of the roster? You bring me this?
Insulting the man known as A, which is not a smart thing for the Behemoth to do, despite his build and despite his abilities and despite being the champion. You do not underestimate the man known as A, who, for some of you that remember him, putting his hands on short stack. Do not do that this early in the tournament. As I was saying, for those of you that remember, and there's the bell. Before the man known as A left the IWF, he was actually scheduled to be the #1 contender against Marcus the Officer Perez, but mysteriously disappeared, and we haven't seen him since. So it'll be interesting to see how well he does. And actually, see right now, he's got Behemoth in the corner and is attacking him with some knees that do not phase. But he turns him around and now strangling the man known as A in the corner. And there you see Short Stack counting down rather liberally and allowing Behemoth the time to push him. And then the man known as A trying to whip him the ropes and cannot budge the big Behemoth. Behemoth backing him back into the corner again.
Let me show the boys in the back how to really do a chop.
Oh no, and here it comes. Oh, the chop. Welcome back, A. And there's another rocking A to his very core. I gotta say, I was around and I'm glad to see the man known as A back. This is a real treat. Oh! And wow, the hip bump into the corner from the man known as A. Very glad to see him back. A fan favorite of the classic era of the IWF. You gotta love when these legends make their comeback, but again, I question the decision of entering this tournament and having A or A choosing, because this is what's being reported. A chose to go against the Behemoth in the first round. I guess he wanted to make his mark back and pick up whatever momentum he had after he left his #1 contention, and I think he would like to get that contention back. But this is a new era with new IWF superstars, and he has chosen the best of the best in the Behemoth. And there you see some of his offense having little to no effect on the Behemoth, who is actually taunting A back. And there is Behemoth with a punch to the face and a hammer that sends him down. I was about to say that mask does shield A from some of that offense against his face, but it will do nothing when it's the clubbing blows to any other area, especially coming from someone the likes of Behemoth. And right now you see working in the knee and kicking A down, and wait, trying for an elbow, but A moved out of the way. A and dropping a knee across the ribs. This is where Behemoth falls flat, is once he's, oh! And it looked like a corkscrew right onto the shoulder of the Behemoth. You can see, it looked like he's probably stunned a little bit on that right arm. As I was saying, oh, vicious kick to the face. once you get Behemoth to the ground, that's when you really want to work on him. He's, you know, you take the knee out of him or whatever, and you chop him down to size. And that's what it seems like A is doing here as Behemoth rolls out of the ring to gather himself. And Short Stack is continuing the count up to 6. We are now at a 7, and Behemoth climbing back up on the apron. Short Stack waiting for him to get back in the ring, which he does. A sizing him up, goes right back and drops him down. I think he's figured it out. You have to get the big man down. He goes for a kick to the knee and then a kick to the ribs. Going back into a knee again to the ribs, working those ribs over. I think A is determining here, and there is a bump to the spine. And now to the other side of the ribs. A has seemingly figured out that he's going to work on the midsection of Behemoth and possibly eliminate that oblivion. But as you can see right now, Behemoth just rolled out of the way, and A, dropping down to a knee, may have hurt himself there as he slowly picks himself up from the corner. Meanwhile, Behemoth coming up from behind, places him against the ropes, and he whips him to the far side. Coming back with a stiff clothesline, almost knocking the mask off of A. And there's Behemoth. Oh no, he's got that 470 pounds on the sternum on the man known as A. And now trying to, look like he was trying, wait. A now trying to grapevine the leg, but no. There is no way that is going to happen against Behemoth. A has been somewhat successful, and you know, for historians watching the show, he's been very successful in countering many of those holds, and then countering counters. He was the man that could not be touched back in his day. But as I've said before, this is a new slew of IWF superstars, and you have to wonder if any of these superstars studied legends of long ago. And Behemoth could possibly be well versed in the moveset of the man known as A. There's one thing we can give to our current rosters, that they are very smart, and they will study any and everything to get the edge, including videos and of wrestlers long gone by. And there's the man known as A now on the outside trying to gather himself. Quite possibly that barrage onslaught that he's usually familiar with, that thus fans are familiar with, and have seen him just take wrestlers off guard. Quite possibly ineffective, or at least seemingly ineffective, or not as effective as he would have liked against the IWF Heavyweight Champion Behemoth. And there they go to lock up. Oh! Behemoth with his double arm choke slam, lifting up A and slamming him back down to the canvas.
Stay down, boy!
And they're taunting A, telling him to stay down. And a gigantic elbow across. This could be it. 1, 2. And A rolls off. I believe Short Stack could have possibly counted a little faster on that one. But Behemoth doesn't seem to mind as he goes back to work on A, and it looked like he was going for a face slam there, but instead rolled him back into the corner and pushes him back to the outside, saying to get out of his ring. I don't know how smart that was, though, as it grants A an opportunity to not only catch his breath, but to rethink his game plan here. And as you can see, he is taking, well, wait a minute, Behemoth coming outside, and A shoulder blocking the ribs, and Behemoth looks like he's almost rocked. And now, and working the knee from the back and tripping the Behemoth back to the outside. And now A back inside.
2, 3.
And no movement from the Behemoth as Short Stack continues the count. Meanwhile, A back inside the ring If Behemoth doesn't recover from this, A will advance via countout and go on to face the officer in the next round.
7.
We are at 7 as Behemoth tries to get back up.
8.
And 8. He's still, oh, wait a minute. As A tried to go and pull Behemoth back in, Behemoth with a shot to the midsection sends A flying to the center of the ring. Not a smart move from A, who could have advanced here and allowed Behemoth to count out. Now Behemoth has got A in the corner and is choking the life out of him. And he goes for a shoulder block and A moves out of the way. Comes in running. Oh, wait a minute. He tried for an elbow and he slipped.
You're gonna lay on me on that?
And there he is, Behemoth taunting him. Behemoth, I believe, may have had enough of the man known as A. Tries for an insecurity, but he only catches him in the chest and does not phase him, even though there was contact. Now Behemoth backing A back into the corner again. And another vicious chop. Wait, uh-oh, and now he's got the boot up in the throat. And there is Shortstack counting away. 3, 4, and he releases right at the 4 count. And it may have taken the air right out of A, who completely slumps to the floor. Meanwhile, Behemoth stalking his victim. Now it goes on top of him,
Get up!
telling him to get up. I don't know what he's going for here. Is he lifting him up? It looked like he might have been trying to go for a full Nelson. But no, instead he gets up and allows him to get up, and then he kicks him in the side, sending A back down. A is moving a lot slower. He may be getting exhausted. Oh, what a clothesline, sending A back to the canvas. A going for the pin. Oh, sorry, Behemoth going for the pin, and A has got the ropes. Behemoth is getting frustrated and now shoving a forearm into the throat. And A putting his foot on the other rope. Yes, you can clearly see the frustration from Behemoth, who's choking him. That is a clear choke, and I don't think Shortstack sees it. She's trying to get around and trying to pull off Behemoth, and she is not releasing. He's trying to get him to break the hold, and only now does she doing the count. Oh, and right at the final count, Behemoth slaps A in the face, driving that mask into him, aggravating any breathing problems he may already be having. And you got to wonder, folks, if one of these two men is going to give out any second now. There's Behemoth with a stiff kick to the midsection and a hammer blow to the back of the head of A. Wait a minute. Looks like he's going for double axe handle. And A down on his knees. Wait a minute. He's rolling down. I don't think A.
Who wants to see it?
Oh no, and there he is. Behemoth is calling for the Oblivion. This could be the beginning of the end here, folks, for A. And there is the Tremors. Behemoth hitting the rope. Down across the chest. There it is. 2, 3. Behemoth has defeated the IWF legend, the man known as A, in the center of the ring and taunting him. Just knocking what little air he had left out of A. And though he's short of breath, he looks like he could be okay.
That's why I have to go.
It was probably just a little bit too much too soon for the man known as A
Hit him
going.
with Oblivion like I promised.
Yes, he did. You know, it just a little too much too soon for the man known as A on his debut. A good showing, but I think the man known as A is going to need to work
Ladies and gentlemen,
on a little bit more against the opponents before
3 minutes. We're gonna have
he goes back against
between
the champion.
and Marcus the Officer Perez.
Ladies and gentlemen, up next are the
You can find us on
finals.
Facebook. You can find us on YouTube. You can
It will be Behemoth against Marcus the Officer Perez. Stay tuned.
Final match of the day. Weighing in at 210 pounds. 5'8" from Houston, Texas. Bedhead. Marcus the Officer Perez.
And as you hear the announcer, folks, we are now in the finals. And there he is, Marcus the Officer Perez, making his way to the ring as he climbs up in through the ropes. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about how he got. There he is, getting the crowd on his side. Saying he's got one more to go. Yes, he defeated the Bow Monster in the first round.
6'5".
And ladies and gentlemen,
weighing in at 475 pounds. From parts unknown, the IWF Heavyweight Champion, Behemoth.
and there you hear it, folks. Behemoth making his way to the ring in the finals of this tournament to go one-on-one with an opponent he's very familiar with. Behemoth taking on Marcus the Officer Perez. Ladies and gentlemen, I should go ahead and point out that this is not for the IWF Heavyweight title. This is just a tournament for bragging rights. Title is not up for grabs, and there is not a #1 contention, though. Although I have to wonder that if the officer is capable of defeating Behemoth today, will there be a rematch for that IWF Heavyweight title in the future? And there we see Behemoth in the ring. Both men a little exhausted. I would think that
other guy was like
Officer has had a chance to recover since his match was earlier. Behemoth should be a little bit more worse for wear, not having had as much time. And there's the bell, having had not as much time to recover. And wait, Behemoth calling for a test of strength, and it looks like the officer's going to oblige him going in. I don't know if that's the way I would go. And yeah, well, officer backing up. I think he's second guessing himself.
somebody hit somebody.
Wait, nope.
CEO.
He's getting himself motivated, and there he goes again. Going up for the test of strength, and he locks up one arm. Wow. Look at that hand just enveloping the officer. Going for the second one. And as expected, Behemoth overpowering the officer and shoving him into the corner. But wait a minute, now the officer calling for a test of strength. And with a low blow and dropping an elbow. Ladies and gentlemen, now you would think that the referee would be admonishing officer, and he follows in with a knee and goes to the pin. 1, 2, and a shoulder up from Behemoth. This final match is indeed going to be no disqualification. So that low blow and anything else will go, and officer with the dual elbows right to the back of the head of Behemoth. Officer not wasting any time. Again, he is the fresher of the two men since he did have time. And dropping the leg across the chest of Behemoth, going for the pin again.
1, 2.
And Behemoth kicks out. Yes, definitely taking the early advantage. And as he is the lighter and faster of the two. Oh no, wait a minute. Officer calling for a body slam. He clearly feels that he's got enough energy and strength to do this. I don't know how bright that is. The officer has never been able to fully body slam Behemoth as many times as he's tried. Never goes for it. Oh, wait a minute, no. And now Behemoth reverses it, oh, and slams Officer down. That will get you every time, that overconfidence. Getting you to bite off more than you could do. And then there's the Behemoth now putting the boot in the throat of Officer, and that is fair. Just choking the oxygen, taking the oxygen completely out of Officer, slowing him down. And this all stems from that overconfidence and going for that body slam, which I hate to say it was a dumb move. I mean, yeah, he might have felt the energy, and there you see Officer taking desperation shots at the shin, but Behemoth putting even more weight on the throat, and it has done its damage. Maybe now the tide will turn in Behemoth's favor. Behemoth goes down and grabs the hair of the Officer.
Not the mohawk.
And a slap upside the head. And going for a pin, short stack, slow to the count, and completely out of place, and allowing the Officer to get his arm up, but Behemoth right back in on with the offense, and a stomp to the chest. And there you see Officer trying to pick himself back up from the ropes, and propping himself up in the corner, going right back in. Oh no! There goes that double choke. Got him up and throws him down. Behemoth loves that move, and when he can get it on you, he will lift you up to show off his strength. Of course, that intimidates opponents and is quick to throw them off their game. You see Officer going back up, trying to pull himself up by the ropes, and is back in the corner again. Behemoth comes up from behind, and oh no, and here we go. Choking him. And short stack can count all she wants, but it's, and there you see just, and a punch to the head. And he's going for a chop. And any IWF superstar that's ever taken one of those will tell you that they sting like hell. And he's saying he's going for another one, and wow, that hand is like a skillet. And now calling for one for the fans. And another chop. This one sends the Officer back to the canvas. Behemoth dropping, working the knee, slamming it right into the canvas, and he's going for it again. He is literally trying to take the Officer out of his game. Of course, Officer has been using some more agile and high-risk maneuvers as of late, trying to be a little bit more diverse in his moveset. But there you see the damage has been done, and I don't know how well Officer, who is clotheslined right back down to the canvas, I don't know how well he's going to do any of those new maneuvers with that knee clearly having been damaged. And you see the crowd here in attendance enjoying the show as Behemoth clubs the Officer back down in the center of the canvas.
Somebody go get me a beer!
Woo!
Behemoth bragging and asking the fans to go get him a beer as the Officer eye gouge. And that is one of the great equalizers here in wrestling. Insecurity to the back of the head. He's got him stunned momentarily, and there's another to the back. Catching him right on the spine, and it sends Behemoth down to the middle turnbuckle.
Oh, he's down.
Officer still nursing that knee, but trying to make some kind of offense now that he has got the match back in his control. He's backing up. Let's see what he's doing here. And he is trying to fix that knee, and yes, it looks like it. Uh-oh, and now the officer is back in this as he winds up. Oh, and a boot to the back of the head. Sitting also on top of the back of his neck and driving him further into that buckle. Now officer going for, looks like a neck breaker, and brings the mighty behemoth back down to the canvas. Goes for the pin.
1, 2, 3.
And a shoulder up from behemoth. See what officer's going for, going over the goal. Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, he has got a chair. And oh, again, folks, this is no DQ. No DQ means he could use that chair any which way he pleases. The crowd chanting, do it.
Do it!
And here it is. Oh! Across the back of the head of the behemoth. Oh, wait a minute. Now officer setting it up on the back of the head of behemoth once again. Oh, a leg drop. Leg drop to the back of the head of the behemoth. You can hear the crowd actually behind behemoth, urging him to get up. Meanwhile, the officer not relenting and not done with that chair. And just like that, the crowd is split back, is in officer's side as they tell him to do it. Oh! Big splash with the chair to the midsection of the behemoth, who now rolls out of the ring. The officer helps to push him out. This match is now officer's game. And he throws the chair to the back of the behemoth on the outside. And there he goes, drops it to the knee. As behemoth screams out in pain. And another one. Officer setting him up for another set. Wait a minute, behemoth blocks it. And he pulls it free. Officer knows what's coming. And he's dazed. They're trying to shake the cobwebs up, but now the officer is in behemoth land now. Behemoth grabbing the officer, throws him into the post. He goes back into the ring and strangling him once again. Again, this is all legal.
3.
And all shorts I can hope for is that one of them passes out. Wait a minute. Oh no. Oh no.
Do it!
He is in no man's land here.
Do it! Do it!
Oh! Say goodbye to your nether regions there, officer. What a vicious attack by behemoth. Crotching him right on to that turnbuckle post. Officer trying to recover any which way he can, but that would put any man out. And there you see, he cannot get up. This could be the beginning of the end. Meanwhile, Behemoth is stalking, or at least walking outside, getting a breather. And he's come in, and he's got some kind of a stick or a staff there. And a strike to the elbow. And right there, it looked like catching him right in the left calf or inner thigh there, or I don't know, the back of his leg. And now strangling him with that same staff. And again, all Shortstep can do is ask if he gives up or hopefully passes out from the pain. This is dangerous though, however. Hard to distinguish if this truly is a chokehold, which in my opinion it does look like. Although the officer's chin is pretty low, so it could be just
Can't tap out
a modified sleeper hold. And it looks like the officer could be, and no! Gets a shoulder up. Behemoth, wait a minute, allowing the officer to get back to his feet. And he does have that staff. I don't know that I would allow him to prop himself up and potentially use that staff against Behemoth.
Lady apparently wants you to get another beating.
But Behemoth allowing it, toying with the officer. I don't know how smart that is. And I don't know if that was a kick to the groin or to the knee, but whatever it was, it brought Behemoth down, and it sure did shut him up. Crowd here in attendance urging Behemoth to get up. I think it's fair to say that they're just enjoying the match and cheering both men on for a great performance. And then it looks like officer coming in close. Oh no. Oh no, he's got it in between his legs. Oh! Vicious attack. Low blow using the staff on Behemoth. Wait a minute, the officer playing pool. That has got to be the most painful trick shot I have ever seen, folks. Meanwhile, officer going for the pin. This could be it. 2. Behemoth with an arm up again.
Too much padding there, won't work.
Officer throwing the staff out and motioning that it's over. Looks like he's going up top. What is he going for? Wait a minute, it looks like a frog splash. Oh! 2. Oh, wow. Frog splash, shades of the late great Eddie Guerrero right on top of Behemoth. And it was still not enough to put away the Behemoth. Now we see officer picking Behemoth up by the hair. And clearly now, Behemoth is the one with the air knocked out of him. Picking up Behemoth. Let's see what's going on here. Officer running to the rope. Stiff punch to the midsection, which rocks the Behemoth into the other ropes. Forearm once again to the Behemoth, who is now on spaghetti legs on the rope, and he is not going where. Midsection finally drops the Behemoth down to his knee. Looks like officer is clearly taking advantage of this momentum here as he taunts Behemoth. The tables have turned, and it looks like the officer is going for some sweet chin music super kick here. Dragging up the mat. Oh! Vicious one right in the chin. Hey, wait a minute. Why did he's going for a second one. Oh my God. No! Catching the same mark. Trying to knock him down, and he's not going down. Officer getting frustrated, going for a third. And again, right on the chin, and once again, if anything, it picked the behemoth up from his knees. He's clearly not there. If you can look, I mean, if we could get a closer shot of his eyes, he has got to have a glazed look on his face. Meanwhile, look, officer now ready to whip him to the ropes. Wait a minute, behemoth turning it around. Oh no, a sidewalk slam! Drops him down! Wow, and yet another kick out. That looked like it was it. Behemoth, now the frustrated one as he tries to put away the officer. I don't know that these two have any more energy left. Behemoth now getting up.
Put him down.
And I do not know what he's trying to do there. And then now setting him up in the center of the ring. Oh no, he's going for Oblivion. And he hits the ropes this time, no taunting. Oh! That's it. 1, 2, 3. And there you have it, folks. Behemoth winning this tournament, the IWF Live Event. And there he is as the crowd giving him a round of applause.
You'll learn one of these days, Mr. President.
And there he is, Behemoth taunting the downed officer. He was clearly still in pain
Raise it up again, you.
from that Oblivion. And there he is. Much to the pleasure of the crowd here in attendance, actually behind the Behemoth, and Behemoth uncharacteristically playing to the crowd there, going around thanking them for their support. And there's a young fan right there. This could possibly be Behemoth country here as they cheer him on. There he is, basking in his victory with that young fan.
There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, what an IWF Live event we have had today. I am Sam Antonio, and we thank you for watching. Stay tuned for our next show.
Yay for you too.
And there's the officer.